Hey, welcome to Sports Unfolded NBA ranking show. A little different though. We are talking NBA playoffs. I am your host, Eric. My main man right over there, Big Dog. Kenny, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great.
Doing great, my friend. I am so excited about these NBA playoffs. Have been pretty exciting. It's been interesting just to see what's transpired already. We're going to talk about basically the matchups that are still going. One matchup starting right now as the tip off's about to start off with Boston and Philadelphia, and talk about some of those other matchups. So far, though, Kenny, before we talk, what's been one of the surprises for you that or maybe the team that isn't in it anymore? Would it be the Bucks?
Yeah, it'd be the Bucks. They just fell apart. I don't know what happened, but they just fell apart. Giannis got injured, and after that injury, they just fell apart.
They couldn't seem to come back from it. Even when he came back, and what I think he scored like 38 and 20 in the last game, and
Yep.
Jimmy Butler, playoff Butler, however, whatever you want to
Woo!
call him, right? He took over and honestly rode the Heat rode him to victory. So
Jimmy Buckets Butler.
Jimmy Buckets, they call Himmy is one of his nicknames. I never heard that one, Himmy. I
Yeah,
was like, I
Jimmy.
don't know. I don't know, my friend. But let's talk about some of these matchups that are going. We got the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. That game again, game one, about to tip off any second now. Give you an update as the game goes on. But what are you seeing in this series? What's going to be important to you? We know the Embiid injury, how important it is for Boston to really take advantage of that, not having him on the court, and they lost the tip already. But anyway, here we go. What are some of your keys besides the Embiid injury? We know how important that's going to be.
The second thing is that you have to stop Harden to get to the basket. He's been shooting poorly, and he's going to get to that basket whether you like it or not. But you got to close those lanes. Al Horford's got to stay in there. Robert Williams has to stay in there, and just close down that lane.
Yeah, I would say too. Tobias Harris so far in the playoffs shooting 57.1%.
Yep.
So you know they're going to want to push the ball outside in the perimeter. How
Yep.
important your perimeter defense is. Harden 8.8 assists in the playoffs, so he's definitely been the distributor,
Yep.
which is bode well for them. They're second in rebounds, 48.5 rebounds per game. So Robert Williams, big game. Horford, big game. Like those guys
Yes.
have to protect the
Yes.
boards and
Yes.
make sure that they stay aggressive. Boston, though, most 3-pointers in the postseason so far, 95 3-pointers, tied
Yep.
with Golden State.
Yep.
So again, if they can get the outside shot working, right now they're up 4-2. Uh, how that benefits them going forward. Also, surprisingly, 7.2 blocks, second overall in blocks. So they're definitely making sure their presence is being felt in the paint.
Yeah, but when they play defense,
Oof,
they gotta.
Tatum,
Yeah,
nice dunk. I'm
I,
sorry.
oh, geez, I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me. I'll catch third and
Six
fourth
two,
quarter.
6-2 right now, Boston. We're
Oh,
all right.
oh, geez. All right, all right. So, yeah, they just gotta continue to play defense. The matchup I'm really concerned about is the coaches. You got Doc, who's ninth in all-time wins, and you got a rookie,
Yep. And
Coach
Mitchell,
Coach Coach Joe. So, how is that going to benefit?
yeah, that could be a big key. Boston, though, shooting 51.2% from the field as well. So shooting the ball particularly well. Again, who takes those shots? How many shots come? Tatum and Brown have been obviously that 1-2 punch. Who's the third guy for you on Boston that you feel needs to be a big factor in this series for them to get past the Philadelphia 76ers?
Oh, Brogdon,
Malcolm Brogdon,
Malcolm Brogdon,
sixth
Malcolm
man of the
Brogdon.
year, right?
Yep,
So
6 minutes.
again,
Yep,
he's been that guy off the bench that has kind of
yep,
sparked that second unit. What
yep.
about for Philadelphia? We know about Harden. Embiid possibly could be back Wednesday.
Mhm.
Uh, is it Maxi? Is that the guy you're looking for? Is it Tobias Harris? Who would be the guy for you in Philadelphia that if Philadelphia is going to get past Boston,
It's gonna be
who's
it's
going to?
gonna be it's gonna be Melton.
Okay.
It's gonna be Melton. He's gonna if he wants to, if they want to surprise us, they need to get him going because once he gets going, it's hard to really stop him.
Yeah, look, I think Philadelphia is very deep. To your point, a lot of people expect them to just, choke it away like they've done in
Yeah,
the past.
yeah,
But something about Boston teams and having some unfortunate luck in the playoffs. If
Yeah.
Juan is watching right now, he knows exactly what we were talking about. To me, this may be the one chance Philadelphia has because all the odds are against them. Embiid
Yeah.
injury, people doubting them. Doc Rivers, again, has only won one championship, as many games as he's coached.
Yep.
Could this be a trap series for Boston? Because everybody's picking now Boston to come out of the East when Milwaukee lost.
Yeah. It could. Yeah, you're right. It could be a trap. I mean, if they don't put their heads down, if the Celtics don't put their heads down and grind, they're gonna blow it.
And they're down 13-9 right now. So
oh god. And it's like the text I got yesterday. Last game, no killer instinct. None
right.
whatsoever.
It still scares
killer
me that
instincts.
I don't feel that they want to beat a team. They go through the motions, and if they win, great. If they lose, it's okay, on to the next one. No big deal. Thinking about them losing in the finals last year, we all expected them to have such a high motivation when they got there, and I didn't see it in the first series.
No.
I thought Atlanta definitely made it a lot more difficult than it should have been on Boston, but I think that was more Boston not taking an aggressive approach.
Right.
They can't afford to do that against Philadelphia. Would you agree?
Yeah, you got that right. They can't. They cannot take no. Because that game 6 against Atlanta, the game 5 against Atlanta, we're not coming back. We're not gonna. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. And what happened? You went back. You went back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then they came here and we squeaked out a win.
Yeah. So, to your point, talk's cheap, right?
Yep.
All actions on the court. You're diving for every ball. You're playing hard defense. You're aggressive. Similar to what you see out of Golden State last night against the Kings when they had to make that push.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got, is a team that was refusing to lose.
Yep.
So if you have to pick a winner coming out of this series, Kenny, which team are you going with?
I got the Boston Celtics in 7.
Celtics in 7, which again wouldn't bode well for them if they got to go 7 games. So
exactly.
All right. I am going to go Boston as well. I agree with you. I think it may go 7 as well, because just based on the fact that they can't seem to close out a series, but I think Boston still has the most talent left of any team.
Mm-hmm.
So as we move on to this next series, you got Miami's up 1-0, but it's the Knicks versus the Heat, bringing it back, that old school 90s. We used to like John Stocks was in the arena. Ooh. Getting those chills. You saw Zoe up there.
Yes, you see Ewing. You see Ewing in
there. You see Patrick, right? Like it just brought back all those 90s NBA vibes, right?
Yes.
Pat Riley. So a lot of fun with this series. Yeah. Miami right now, the highest scoring team in the playoffs. They're averaging the most points, 121.3 points per game. Can they sustain that? Jimmy Butler now, possible injury on that right ankle. Who's got the advantage in this series, Kenny?
Can we just say 16 days ago, the Heat were facing elimination.
Okay. Right? They lost the right, that what was it, the 9-10 matchup?
Yeah, the 9-10. They're facing elimination, and now all of a sudden,
the 7-8, right? They lost the 7-8.
Right, 7-8, right? Yeah, 7-8.
They lost to Atlanta.
Yep, they lost to Atlanta,
okay.
And I'm like, and this what happens? Jimmy buckets, yo.
Yeah,
Jimmy buckets. He came alive. He came alive. But you know, I was watching that game. And could this be the Toronto team that won the championship?
Yeah,
the Raptors team that won the championship.
Yes. Kyle Lowry, right? Just smart, good basketball. He's not gonna wow you with 30-point games, but he does so many different things, the intangibles, and you saw it in that game 1.
Yes, he makes the good plays. He gets to the basket. He gets fouled. You know, he'll grab a rebound. He'll go for a loose ball. Yeah, Kyle Lowry has been playing excellent.
Yeah, listen, he's probably got the best hands in the NBA. I mean, I've never seen a guy come in and strip more balls from a player. Like they're running through the lane and he's just swiping at him, but he's got such good hands that he's getting all these turnovers. Behave,
Yeah.
Kenny.
I had a Ron
Behave.
moment for a minute. I'm sorry.
Behave.
I had a Ron
My
moment.
goodness.
I had a Ron moment.
Boy,
I had a Ron
oh
moment.
boy.
I had a
I
Ron
can't
moment.
take you guys
I
anywhere.
had a Ron moment for a minute.
Jimmy Butler averaging 35.5 points per game, most in the NBA in the playoffs. Without
Yep.
him, can Miami get through? Do the Knicks have enough offensive firepower? That would be the key, right? Who's going to be the guy for New York? If Julius Randle can't go, he's supposedly going to be back for game 2. But again, how healthy is he going to be? How effective is he going to be? Who's that scorer for them?
Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, you got to let him play. Obi Toppin is a great, great player. Just got to let him play. Got to let him get going. He can shoot the three. He can rebound. He can post up. He can do a lot of things. He's a young kid. He's fast.
And I like RJ Barrett. I think
Yes.
RJ Barrett, he's just got to learn to. He reminds me a little bit of Jaylen Brown last year with the turnover. Yeah, like hold on to the ball a little better, make some better decisions. He can drive to the lane. He can shoot from outside. I think they need him to be that guy. Jalen Brunson, to me, though, has put his name on the map as probably the best free agent signing, especially this year. But I didn't expect what I'm seeing from Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. He's real good. He's real good.
Yeah, Brunson, 2 steals a game he's averaging. And then you got Mitchell Robinson, 2.2 blocks. So the big man in the middle, they've got a lot of different intangibles on this team that I think make them competitive. Jimmy Butler injury is going to be key here, though, because without Jimmy Butler, I don't give Miami a shot.
Me neither.
So
we shall see.
So if Butler's a go, we'll give Butler a go here. Who are you picking in this series?
I'm picking New York.
Picking the Knicks. You're sticking with the Knicks.
I'm picking the Knicks. I'm sticking with the Knicks.
Okay. Even with Jimmy Buckets.
Even with Jimmy Buckets, they'll figure it out. Tibbs is a defensive genius, as we all know. It's because of him we won 2008. Yeah. I'll say it. I'll shout it from the rooftops. He's the reason why we won 2008.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Knicks do they do have the most steals so far, 9.3 steals per game. So again, defensively, to your point, they are definitely one of those teams that are going to get those loose balls or create some turnovers.
Yeah.
My fears with the Knicks is the scoring, because I feel like they're a team that unfortunately can go on droughts.
Yeah.
And if you go on those droughts, a team like Miami can start to light it up quickly.
Yep.
I think this game, I'd like to see the series go 7. I don't have a clear-cut win. I think if Jimmy Buckets is going, I'm going Miami here. I'm going Miami. Okay. Right. I'm going Miami. Okay. But that's only with a healthy Jimmy Butler, which, again, is a big question mark. It's a big question mark.
Yeah.
So, again, highest scoring team in the playoffs right now, Miami. They can light it up. I think New York goes on those droughts. We saw it in game 1. There was opportunities where New York could have taken over. And as soon as Miami got that 6-8 point lead, it seemed like New York presses. They can't find the one guy that's going to be able to take over and get you 3-4 buckets in a row. I like Brunson. I think Brunson's been a phenomenal pickup. I don't know if Brunson can carry them.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, where if Miami needs some buckets, you go to Jimmy Butler, you feed him the rock enough times, he's going to score.
Yep.
He's going to find a way. So it'd be interesting, though. This is a fun series. And again, to your point, nostalgia. I mean, I love seeing all those old guys back in the arena, the Mecca. It was so fun to see. I mean, it's just, you're like, all I keep remembering is Van Gundy holding on to Zoe's it brought it all back, man.
Yes,
right?
yes.
It brought it all back.
Yes. That was a rivalry back in the day.
Oh, man.
They fighting.
It's nice.
Bench brawling, bench clearing. And
yeah, dude, it used to be great. We forgot to mention in that Philly Boston series, 22 times now they faced each other in the playoffs, most of all time. in NBA history. So there's a lot of history going into this series as well. That's going to be fun. So in the Eastern Conference, Kenny, you've got Boston and New York, which I think most fans would love to see that. I've got Boston, Miami, which Miami sometimes can be a thorn in Boston's side. We will obviously have another show for the Eastern and Western Conference finals. So we're just going to tell you right now, that's how our finals will look for the East. The Eastern Conference finals, Boston, New York. I got Boston, Miami. All right. Let's talk some West Coast, though. And Denver Nuggets took care of business in game one. They defeated the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix third in scoring, Denver fifth in scoring. We know about Devin Booker. He's also averaged 35.5, so he's tied with Jimmy Butler for most in the NBA for the playoffs. Jokic doing Jokic things, averaging 13.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists. Right. So, again, the man's a triple-double. Who gets out of this series? There was so much momentum for Phoenix. And they go in game one, and I thought they were going to try to send that message early, say, look, we're the team that's going to win the West. And Denver, who everybody continues to sleep on, took care of business. Who do you have? What do you see in this series that's going to make the difference?
What's going to make the difference? Nothing. I had Phoenix too. I thought Phoenix was going to come out and punch him right in the face. But this guy Jokic can do it all. Can do it all. I was looking at him pass behind the back, behind the head, between the legs. I don't think Ayton can stop him. I don't think Ayton can stop him. Because if you double team him, he's just going to pass out, and they're going to just raise up for threes.
So what does Phoenix have to do? Who's got to be the guy? With Durant? Does Durant got to be like Steph Curry was against Sacramento? Like I'm not saying score 50. Yeah, but just the guy that takes over.
Durant has to be the Durant in Golden State. That's what he has to be. Because in Golden State, he was a killer. He could knock down shots, get to the basket. He was a killer. And that's what he has to be in Phoenix. But we shall see.
Right? Does Devin Booker hurt them from a standpoint of they kind of compete for buckets?
Yeah, they kind of compete for buckets. Yeah, but what's really going to hurt him? Chris Paul. Can he stay healthy? Can he get not tired? Can he have get not tired? Because he's exhausted. You see in his eyes, he's exhausted. He's getting up there. His injuries are lagging.
It's going to be interesting. Both these teams shoot extremely well. Phoenix right now leading the playoffs 51.5, but Denver's not far behind at 48%. They were great, the best shooting team in the league during the regular season. So you've got a lot of momentum on Denver's side. Why do we continue to doubt Denver, Kenny? What do you think it is?
Maybe it's their youth. Maybe it's their youth because they got a good coach.
Yeah, Mike Malone, right? He's done a really good job with them.
Yeah. They got a good bench. They got a great bench. And they got young players, but maybe it's their youth, but this is a hard one to pick. Yeah. This is a real hard one to pick.
Yeah, but listen, Boston right now up by 6. Right. So, again, we talked about it. They're deep, though. Michael Porter Jr., They picked up Reggie Jackson, which we forgot about at the trade deadline, right? Obviously, you know what Jokic brings. But Jamal Murray has stayed healthy. He's been key. Aaron Gordon is back to Aaron Gordon type of form where you see he's a contributor every game. Forgot about Jeff Green. They got Jeff Green, my friend.
Yeah, Jeff Green got a couple of ducks in last game.
Jeff Green at this point? Woo, 36, my friend.
Woo, ex-Celtic.
36 years old. He's been around. 14 years in the league.
Ex-Celtic.
DeAndre Jordan, another one. He's been around 14 years. Yep. So they got some experience. Is it because Jokic hasn't won it or hasn't gotten to the finals that we tend to doubt that he can do it? Or did they finally, because they're healthy? Every year, if you think about it, they've had a guy out. Porter Jr. hasn't been able to be there in the playoffs.
Right.
We talked about Jamal Murray. He wasn't there last year in the playoffs. Now that they're fully healthy and these guys can play, Jamal Murray is a player. It's not like a guy that you just sit back and go, oh, I hope he gets 20 on a given night. This man can get 25, 30 points in a game consistently.
Yep.
Should we not doubt them? Should Denver be the pick here and not Phoenix?
Yeah, it should be. On paper, it should be. But if Kevin Durant can be that stone cold killer like he was in Golden State, then we got another problem.
All right. So do a little 316. Steve Austin is what you're saying, right? Stone Cold. I know you got wrestling reference. I knew you'd get that one.
Yeah, right.
So, Kenny, who you picking? Who you picking out of this series?
You know what? I'm picking Phoenix. I am. I'm picking Phoenix. I think Kevin Durant is going to make a statement in game 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Okay, so you think they win the next 4 games?
Yes.
So you think it only goes 5?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go 6, and I'm going Phoenix as well, but I'm going 6. I think Denver's they're too talented not to win another game. And again, we keep forgetting they were the number 1 seed in the West. And Kevin Durant said it after the press conference. Did they surprise you when he said no? He goes, they're the number 1 team in the West. Like they were the best team in the West. They had the best record all season long. Not that means anything in hockey. Sorry, Ron, had to do it again. But again, you don't know. But I think everybody's picking Phoenix because it's the sexy pick. It's Kevin Durant. And Devin Booker and Chris Paul, and you get all these names, and then you just sit back and go, okay, well, Denver has Jokic.
Yep.
Jokic might be enough. He may be. But we'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
So the final series here, got the Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. Little disappointed in the Kings. I thought they honestly had an opportunity to win Game 7, and then I don't know what happened in the second half. They forgot to play basketball. And Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things. Now the all-time record for most points in his Game 7 with 50.
50?
Yeah,
50?
he dropped 50, my friend.
He dropped 50?
He dropped 50. And it wasn't all threes, man. He was just going in there, scooping, layup. I mean, he did it all. And I think he had 8-9 rebounds to match. So he was just trying to do it all.
Yeah.
But they now face the Los Angeles Lakers, a healthy LeBron James, a healthy Anthony Davis, a rested team because they took care of business early and have been kind of sitting home a little bit.
Oh, Memphis.
And then Ja at least admitted that his actions probably hurt the team. Well, that's good to know, but it's too late now.
Too late, yeah.
But I will ask you, Kenny, you're going the new era, I guess, versus the old era, right? With LeBron. They faced each other, 2016, the all-time winningest record, Golden State Warriors, 73 wins in a regular season. And LeBron James came back from 3-1. I know that was 7 years ago. It's a long time. But they know how to win. What's keys in this series for you? I can't wait.
When Steph Curry do Steph Curry things, there's no chance.
I don't even
okay?
I don't know what they do. If you can't stop Steph Curry, what do you do?
What do you do?
You know, the biggest key to this series is going to be Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Anthony Davis has to be the best player every single night on the court because you cannot expect LeBron James at his age. What's he, 38, 36? What's he at?
30, 38, 37, 38.
It's not even on the team roster. What is going on here? Oh, LeBron James. There he is. 38. 38 years old.
38. Yep.
To do it every night. You need Anthony Davis to be the best player in the court. But what that entails is, though, their defense has to be able to stop Steph Curry.
That's not gonna happen.
Right?
D'Angelo Russell. I'm sorry to say, but he is not gonna stop Steph Curry. He's gonna have Steph Curry's gonna have that boy on skates.
Right. It's just,
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a player that can't stand still for 4 seconds like Steph Curry. That man is moving no matter what's going on.
No matter what is going on.
And we can't expect to see Klay Thompson have the shooting night he had the other night. So that's Draymond Green's that agitator. I think he gets under people's skin. They start to make foolish fouls, make mistakes because they try to play over aggressive with him. And then we can't stop with Looney and what he's been able to do from a reboundive standpoint. He's averaging 15 rebounds a game. Wow. He has been a dominating force on the boards. Can Anthony Davis, he's going to be the body that's going to have to deal with him. Can Anthony Davis have to obviously play some solid, defense and offense because you can't let this guy get offensive rebounds. You can't let him get the defensive rebounds. Is that going to overwork him where Anthony Davis now offensively isn't going to be able to do the things he needs to do?
Yeah. Anthony Davis got to come up big. He got to get every rebound. He got to get every putbacks, and he has to stay healthy out there. He has to watch his footwork, and stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I tell you right now, Draymond Green is going to guard LeBron James, and he's going to make LeBron work for every bucket. I guarantee.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's why they have him. And honestly, as much as I like the fact that after the trade deadline, the Lakers seem to have turned a switch. The players that they have around now definitely want to play. D'Angelo Russell's been a good piece versus the Westbrook. That whole dynamic wasn't working at all.
Yeah.
But the Golden State Warriors are the Golden State Warriors. And as much as we keep saying they're done, and I truly believe they were done against Sacramento. I thought Sacramento was the better team.
Me too.
There they go again.
Me too.
Right? They win 3 games on the road when they couldn't win. They won 11 all season. If they win 3 in that series.
Yep.
That's the stuff that champions do. They find ways to win. They figure it out. But the Lakers have been champions recently as well. It's only 3 years removed.
In the bubble.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you're talking 2 championship pedigrees. Who wins this series, Kenny? And why? Why do you think they win it?
I'm giving it to the Warriors because LeBron can't beat Steph. Every time that Steph gets in his way, LeBron goes home.
For the most part, right? Other than that one. Because
I'm sorry. Steph is just.
So let me ask you this, Kenny. Would you consider Steph Curry the best basketball player in the NBA today?
Yes.
Right?
No, you know what? He is the best shooter.
Okay.
In the NBA.
But watching that game yesterday, I start to sit back and I go, he may be the best player in the NBA. Yes, he's the best shooter. By far, there's no question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he used that to his advantage yesterday, do the little pump fake, go in the lane. He's doing scoop shots while falling down. And that out of bounds play where they kind of just bounced it back. He hits the 3. He was getting his rebounds. He's getting assists. He's getting guys involved. I don't know. He's like the total package as much as we don't give him credit, because we look at the physicality of a Giannis and we say Giannis, the most dominant player, like nobody can stop him. But you just said it. Nobody can stop Steph Curry.
Nope.
He can lay it up if he needs to. He's got that little high arcing shot that just drops right in. The 3-point. He's yesterday pulling up well past the 3-point line. And they're just laughing on the, in Sacramento, the guy's just like giving him daps. Like, I can't, how do you stop that? Because if he wants to just dribble up a little past half court and shoot it, there's probably a 40% chance he's making it.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
insane.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put it out there right now. He's the best point guard of all time.
Okay.
I'm sorry to Isaiah, Jason Kidd. He is the best point guard of all time now.
I tend to agree because he can do so many different things. And we don't give him credit for it. We really don't. I
Right.
think we just say
Nope.
he's the best shooter. And yesterday, watching that game, it wasn't all about 3-pointers. It
Nope.
was about everything else he could do. He frustrated him to a point where no matter what they thought he was going to do, he still did it. And it's just like you sit back and go, okay, well, it wasn't a 3-pointer. It was right. He's hitting a layup and the two guys, and he's in the middle, and he just looked up and it went in, and he's like, oh, 3-point play. And you go, okay, well, that's what we would expect from anybody else who we consider one of the best ever. So I tend to agree with you. I think the Warriors will take this series, as crazy as it sounds. So you've got Phoenix, Golden State. I've got Phoenix, Golden State going to the Western Conference Finals. So are we seeing a collision course possibly for Boston, Golden State in a rematch?
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
You want
I
the
would love
Warriors
that.
again?
Yeah, we owe him a butt whooping. We owe him a butt
You
whooping.
just said you want to go against the
Maybe-
best
maybe-
player in the NBA.
Maybe they'll light him a spark, because last time, hey, unfinished
Okay.
business, as they would say.
All right. So they develop a
Unfinished
killer
business.
instinct by the finals, is what you're telling me?
I don't know about
All
that,
right, then.
but we got unfinished business.
Yeah, which again, I don't know if that bodes well for Jason Tatum, who is very soft spoken and it's not gonna. I mean,
Yeah.
they're up by 3 right now, so
3.
yeah, it's been a close game. Kenny, I want to thank you for your time tonight. Anybody
having
that's watching, thank you for joining. If you want, follow us on our social media on that ticker that's running the entire time. We normally do our regularly scheduled show on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. That's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can watch us live. You can join in and comment on all of our topics. We're going to do a little hockey show tomorrow. I would definitely tune in for that because Ron is a little bit upset.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Upset Ron.
bit.
It makes for good TV. It makes for good TV.
Yes. Yes.
So,
must see
TV. But Kenny, we'll have to do this again for the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and we will definitely pick our finals picks at that point and go through. But
Nice.
enjoy these playoffs. I know you're dying to get back to watch the Celtics game, so I will not take up any more of your time. Hopefully Boston, we need some love as Boston fans right now. It's been a rough
Yes.
night.
Yes.
So we're counting on the Celtics now. That's our hope. Kenny, I will see you in probably a week and a half or so once these series are over, and we'll do this all over again. Everybody out there, all we ever ask for is peace.
Peace.